We often believe we can escape our past by crafting new identities, but the more we deceive others and ourselves, the more trapped we become. This story explores the dark depths of desperation and deception, where one person's lie spirals into something far more sinister. By pretending to be a missing girl, the imposter seeks escape, but instead uncovers dark secrets buried by grief. As lies unravel, the lesson becomes clear. No matter how convincing the lie, the truth always finds its way to the surface, often with devastating consequences. Mikayla Murray vanished on the eve of her 18th birthday, leaving her family in turmoil for more than a decade. 12 years later, a homeless woman, lost in her own life of vices and desperation, stumbles across Mikayla's missing person flyer in a dingy motel. Struck by the uncanny resemblance between herself and the missing girl, she hatches a sinister plan. Seeing the Murrays as a wealthy family in mourning, she decides to exploit their grief and claim Mikayla's identity. With barely a second thought, she boards a bus and heads to the Murray home, a sprawling, isolated estate. When she arrives, she feels her heart pound as she stands in front of the grand house, barely able to control her nerves. She's not Mikayla, but she's about to step into a life that isn't hers. When Linda Murray opens the door, she's immediately overwhelmed, clutching the imposter and sobbing in disbelief. Paul Murray follows, his eyes wide in shock, and before long, they are embracing her as their long-lost daughter. Inside, the house is warm and filled with memories of a girl she never knew. Family photos line the walls, each smiling image of Mikayla making the imposter's heart race, knowing she doesn't belong. As they settle into the living room, the imposter spins a fabricated tale of running away, feeling trapped, and regretting the pain she caused. The Murrays, desperate to believe, accept it without question. But the deeper she gets, the more unsettling details emerge, especially from Mikayla's younger brother, James. James, now 17 and the same age Mikayla was when she disappeared, has a haunted look in his eyes. When the imposter finally finds a moment alone with him, he reveals something that chills her to the bone. He believes their father, Paul, killed Mikayla and buried her body in a secret bunker under the gazebo. The imposter's heart races as James describes how their father forbade anyone from entering the gazebo, calling it his garden, and how James once saw him at night, tending the soil and spraying plants as though hiding something. James shows her a dirty, faded bracelet, Mikayla's bracelet, that his dog dug up near the gazebo. It's the same one she was wearing the night she disappeared. At that moment, the imposter knows she's in over her head. The plan wasn't to uncover a murder, it was to escape with some stolen items and disappear again. Now she's trapped in a house of lies with a dangerous man. The tension builds as they try to act normal, but Paul's increasingly suspicious behavior keeps them on edge. Then one evening, Paul begins pounding on James' locked door, demanding to know what they're doing. Panicked, James pulls the imposter to the window, and they climb out onto the roof, desperate to escape. As they hit the ground running, Paul emerges from the house with a rifle, firing warning shots into the air. They sprint toward the gazebo, and in a last-ditch effort to distract him, the imposter lights one of the gazebo's flags on fire. The flames quickly spread, illuminating the darkening sky, while Paul shouts in rage from behind them. They manage to escape to a nearby cornfield, but the truth they've uncovered burns in their minds. The fire attracts the authorities, who find something horrifying beneath the gazebo's smoldering remains, the body of a woman and a child. When the news reports it the next morning, the imposter is hit with the realization that she's inadvertently caused Mikayla's death to be revealed. She and James are now fugitives, as Paul is nowhere to be found, and Linda is taken into custody for questioning. The story's lesson is clear. Playing with people's lives, pretending to be someone else for selfish gain, never ends well. Lies have a way of unraveling, and the imposter's deception not only uncovered a dark secret, but also led to tragic consequences she never anticipated. Trying to escape her own life by stealing another's only ended in destruction, reminding us that deceit, no matter how carefully planned, will eventually come back to haunt us.
Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed the stories and facts, don't forget to like and subscribe.